Part 2, woohoo, alright. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, I felt as if I was missed. Missed? By what? Getting laid? Meatball! Alright, for all the people who know the term meatball, I want you to clap and put a comment below and just put ha ha ha. Alright. About a week my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled and all the get well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me the sympathy had turned into a class project. Maybe some of the people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Ouch. Wakano was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. And there goes my steam. Hello there. I'm gonna die tonight. Alright, we didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Doctors and nurses feel so personal and faceless. Guess it's because they're in a hurry and have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. Never answered with anything a straightforward way. They told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At this point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. It was some kind of escapism from my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I'll go back for more. Nah. Oh my god, that's what she said. Sorry, I had to. Anyways, last time I was in a hospital room, me personally, was maybe 2 years ago. Want to keep it that way. I do not like hospitals. That is like my deathly fear. Found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. Started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Get the image out of your head. But I loved the stories. That was days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. Felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of... A week would go by without me. Sometimes I pause in realization that I don't know what day. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance. Nonchalance. Thank you, mind. You're actually, like, mind-fucking me. Alright, I had to set up for myself. Work with me, guys. It is almost midnight. I am doing this because you are amazing, and I get, like, 75% good feedback and 25% bad feedback. And I get recommendations, I get everything, and when it comes to this, I know it's the #1, and I'm trying to make it the best. Oh god, a heart attack! Alright, just gotta continue reading. Continue reading before your mind turns into a massive goo. Blech. Pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while. looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that only happened rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual that the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his paper and then sets them aside as if to make a point to the pointless of what he just did. Then he casually sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hassan. How are you today? Don't even answer him, but I smile a little. Look at him. Be like, hey, sexy. How you doing? I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We all have the medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. Wow, it's really hard to do this almost at midnight. You can just get mind fucked. I'm telling you guys right now, any of you that record at midnight, don't. It is a bad, bad idea. Like, anything after 11, don't try doing. But I'm doing this because some comedy comes out. SimCity Societies. Alright, well, continuing. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. No. No. So many. I take it from his hand. Take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? An absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the papers seems insurmountable. Yeah, that's a long word. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but this is so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. Wherever new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. So you shut the fuck up. Alright. Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe that it wouldn't be best if you don't return to your school. What? Please, calm down, Hassel. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Or we're gonna have to strap a safety belt to your ass. Alright, calm down. The way he tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I gonna be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. Always. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. Ugh, burp. That was tasty. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. A school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? With a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital, the majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact. Okay guys, we're actually going to save here. I did 2 recordings. I'm going to put these up like ASAP. Probably like right now. As soon as these are done. I might need to make some thumbnails. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. This is gonna be swag. It's gotta be. Actually, no. I'm gonna make thumbnails. Gotta make it amazing. So stick around. Give comments. I want feedback. Feedback is always good. I'm always in the mood for some feedback. Thank you guys for watching. It's Haven signing out.